Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki translation. Simply by receiving the glories of the Lord through purified transcendental ears, the devotees of the Lord are immediately freed from strong material desires and engagement in fruitive activities. Purport. When the devotees orally receive the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as enacted in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, they immediately achieve a transcendental vision in which they are no longer interested in material activities. Thus they achieve freedom from material world. For sense gratification, practically everyone is engaged in these material activities which prolong the process of jammak, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, birth, death, old age, and disease. But the devotee, simply by hearing the message of Bhagavad Gita and further relishing the narration of Srimad Bhagavatam, becomes so pure that he no longer takes interest in material activities. At the moment, devotees in the Western countries are being attracted by Krishna consciousness and being uninterested in materialistic activities. And therefore, people are trying to oppose this movement. But they cannot possibly check this movement or stop activities of the devotees in Europe and America by their artificial impositions. Here, the word Srotra Anjali Upasprisha indicate that simply by hearing the transcendental activities of the Lord, devotees become so pure that they are immediately immune to the contamination of materialistic, fruitive activities. Aniya vilasita sunyam. Materialistic activities are unnecessary for the soul, and therefore the devotees are freed from such activities. The devotees are situated in liberation, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, and therefore they cannot be called back to their material homes and materialistic activities. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Ultam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Before I speak, I'd like to seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Panchakalpa tarvyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So translation again. Simply by receiving the glories of the Lord through purified transcendental ears, the devotees of the Lord are immediately freed from strong material desires and engagement in fruitive activities. So today, I didn't forget my note. Last time I forgot my note. So not to forget my note, I wrote in the big paper, like this note. So in this way, devotional service, there are always plenty of room for improvement. Yes. The other day, I came across the Prayojan Baba in the toilet, and when he cleaning the toilet, he already listened. And then something comes to his mind, he shares it. And Patanjali Babu, just 1 second. Here, Vyasadev was corrected by Narada Muni. Devotional service, always room for correction. That's why it is ever fresh. Such a discussion very early in the morning. Because he cleans the toilet very early in the morning. So this is really true, isn't it? Because in devotional service, whatever you do, there's always room for correction. Sometimes it comes in the form of criticism, sometimes in the form of heavy chastisement, sometimes in the form of encouragement. But somehow we have always room for bettering ourselves in devotional service. That's why it's ever fresh. So in 12 cantos of Bhagavatam, there is one verse. Tadeva ramyam nuchiram navam navam Tadeva shasva manasu mahosava Tadeva shokarana shoshana namaste Yat uttama sloka yaso nukiyate Ruchi Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Once you develop taste for devotional service, that devotional service gets fresher and fresher and fresher. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram. This ruchi, navam navam, always get fresh. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam tadeva. Sorry, I forgot. I just quoted it, but somehow. Let's quote properly. Tadeva shashvam manaso mahosava. So this ruchi turn into maha-ussava, manasa, within your own mind. So when you better yourself in devotional service, in the long run, you don't need to have recognition by others. Why? Because Krishna is witness within your own heart. Krishna will prove your endeavor, your effort. You're going extra miles to better your service. How? Because within your own heart, Manaso Mahosava, festival will take place within your own heart. We had a wonderful festival, Jamaz festival, recently. But the same festival will happen within your own heart. Once you develop this taste, and then you try to endeavor to make better. Then you know what the next comes? Tadeva shoka aranav shoshanam nrinam. You know, aranav is ocean. Shoka means misery, lamentation. So the amount of misery, suffering we have globally, it's like aranav, it's like ocean. But this shoka, shoshanam nrinam, this becomes dried up, shoshanam. All the ocean of suffering, it gets dried up. How? Yat uttama sloka yaso anugiyate. When you quote, when you remember the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. So, today, the verse itself, it says, Yasmin sak karna piyuse. Through the years, karna, through years, you observe, assimilate this transcendental nectar. Then, you know what happens? Dunute karma bhasanam. Karma bhasana. All the tendency for productive activities, all the activities, unnecessary activities, dunute will get destroyed. Earlier on, Vidura, he met Patanjali Muni, and he asked a very interesting question. When we strive for devotional service, we get taste, ruchi. But in material world, it's exactly opposite. You know what they get? Sukhaya kalmani karoti loku natai sukham vanyan uparamamba vindeta bhuyas tataeva dukham yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadenna Sukhaya kalmani karoti loko. In this material world, people are striving for happiness. Sukhaya kalmani karoti loko. Whatever activity you name it is for their own pleasure, no doubt about it. But nasukham. Unfortunately, the striving for happiness, they should achieve happiness according to their logic. But it's not. What they get? They get bhuyas tata eva dukham. They get dukham, suffering at the end. And the Vidura questioned for us to Patanjali Muni. Why is it? What is the reason for that? And also, can you guide us in right course of action? Yuktam Bhagavan Padenna. He addressed Patanjali Muni as Bhagavan. Oh, great sage. Yuktam, please teach us the right course of action. But unfortunately, in Srimad Bhagavatam, in third canto, to answer this question, he started to describe the entire creation of universe. So he goes really deep. And in order to find the answer for this, you have spent weeks and months to find what is the exact answer for this. So here we have a short time. So I found answer from Kunti Devi's prayers. And earlier on, Kunti Devi says, in the Kunti study, in chapter 8, in first canto, Kunti Devi saying such an interesting verse. Bhavesmin kalesha mananam avidya karma karmavi shravana smarana arhani karishan itike jana. Bhavesmin. We are in this material world, but kalesha mananam, the all these kleshas, it's pains and suffering is there. You can't avoid it. The Kunti explains why we have pain and suffering. He says, avidya kama karmavi. Due to avidya, due to ignorance. Our ignorance takes birth to, our ignorance gives birth to kama, the desires, cravings, hankerings. And these craving, hankerings turn into karma. Eventually, it becomes karma vasana. Even when you stop that activity, it's still vasana, the smell to it. Sometimes we serve prasadam in the temple room, always it's full of incense smell. But prasadam is all cleared, still smell of prasadam. It's like that. So, Kunti Devi, such a sharp intelligence and sharp insight, telling us that, do you have any problem? Look at your karma first. What activity did you do? If you can't figure it out, then look at your own desires and your own hankerings. Then you'll find out that actually, due to your own ignorance, you are suffering from your own course of your own acts. So, Kunti Devi explains that something goes wrong in our life. Don't point the finger at others. Look at your own activity first. Then analyze it. What caused this activity? Then you will see clearly that the karma behind it. And why the karma? Because ignorance. Then what is ignorance then? What is ignorance? The ignorance in English is different from avidya in Sanskrit. So someone say, you can't read this one, or he's ignorant. He doesn't have a degree, he's ignorant. Right? If someone can't speak properly, then he's ignorant. But ignorance is not like that, avidya. In Yoga Sutra, by Patanjali Muni, explains avidya. What is avidya? Avidya means see asat as a sat. Asat means something temporary as eternal. You name it, anything temporary we tend to see as eternal. Avidya means to see asuchi as suchi. Something dirty, unpleasant, as we think, oh, very, very nice. One time I remember, I just got into university, and then my seniors kind of made a party for me in the restaurant. And then I was a village boy. First time I went to restaurant, and then they ordered some dish, the fruit dish, large dish. And they decorated in such an intricate way. There was a board, and there is something. There are so many decorations you can do by the fruits. And then my face lit up, my eyes bigger. Wow. And then my senior said to me, "Hey boys, the more decoration means the more contamination. So in this way, you may enjoy restaurant, but better to come to Hare Krishna temple and enjoy prasadam. We start with the good consciousness, trying. You taste Mahaprasadam. There's something different to it. So, but outside, when you are in avidya, this asuchi as suchi. And also, of course, avidya means see dukkam as sukham. They are suffering, but still they think they are happy. This again, third canto, I mentioned, Rajodika karmapara dukhecha sukamanina. Something puzzling in this material world, the people's mentality, they are in dukkha. Dukhecha sukamanina. But they think they are happy. What to do? One time Prabhupada giving class, I quote this many, many times. Prabhupada said that people are suffering in this world. One gets a put hands up, I am happy. And Prabhupada said, you will be unhappy soon. So, in this way, we have to kind of divya, we have to know that, recognize the dukkha as dukkha. This is the first step. If you recognize dukkha as sukha, then where to start? This is avidya. And also, last thing, Patanjali Muni saying, to see anatma as atma. What is what is not you as you, if you see in that way, you are in ignorance. Of course, we see our body as us. That's why you put so much effort to maintain this body, decorating this body, and expand this body. Then what is the solution to this? Kuntidev explains within just the one verse. Shravana, Smarana, Arahanam. First of all, you have to hear, and then remember. Here, remember is not like we remembering, kind of, when the English, what they call test, the word test, you have to memorize. It's not like that kind of a memory. I remember I watched that one. Not that kind of. This Smarana means absorption. You tape down your absorption constantly, within your heart. Krishna Lila is going on, Krishna pastime is going on, Srimad Bhagavatam verses is going on, constantly. Then, naturally, this will lead to Aranam, the worship, in any form. You are worshipping Krishna by listening Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. This is a worshipping, this is a devotional service. So in this way, we can take care of our klesha, pains. So, in conclusion, is avidya, the ignorance is the cause of our suffering. But what is avidya? Is darkness. In Bhagavatam, earlier on, Sutta Goswami explains in such a wonderful way, and also Prabhupada give a purport also such a wonderful way. This Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion and knowledge, etc. So when Krishna left for his own abode, knowledge went with him, and the religion also went with him. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance. Sri Sri Radha Kokulanda ki jai, Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshmana Mahan ki jai, Sri Sri Gauranitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Persons who have lost their vision due to dense dark of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. You can't remove darkness by another darkness. Only light can remove darkness. In the purport, Prabhupada saying, Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life, Lord Krishna personified. We must therefore accept Srimad Bhagavatam as direct representation of Lord Krishna. One who can see Srimad Bhagavatam can see also Lord Krishna in person. They are identical. So, when you go in front of deities, deity will reciprocate you, no doubt about it. But they may not joke, laugh, and smile, and different activities. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, you can see Lord in person, so many activities, sometimes punching and kicking, so many things. Then why? Why Srimad Bhagavatam? There are so many other Puranas. Why particularly Bhagavata Purana? The reason is, it's mentioned, Sukadeva Goswami in 11th canto, after explaining all the Krishna's pastimes, all the Krishna's stories, all the philosophy, in 29th chapter, in 11th canto, in Bhakti Yoga, the last verse, Sukadeva explains, Bhavabayam apantum jnana vijnana saram. So, jnana vijnana saram. Saram is ocean. Jnana vijnana. Jnana vijnana. Krishna churned ocean of jnana, ocean of vijnana, and extracted the essence of it. Like a honeybee collects the nectar from each flowers. In Bhagavatam, there is Vara Purana, Nishima Purana, Vamana Purana, Matsya Purana, Markandeya Purana, Shiva Purana, Vishnu Purana, Ramayana, Mahabharata, all there in essential form in Srimad Bhagavatam. Plus, Upanishad is there, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajur Veda, everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam itself is glorified in Padma Purana and Skanda Purana. There is saying, Shruti and Smriti are two eyes of the Lord. But Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Purana, the heart of the Lord. In Padma Purana, there is explanation. Tirotaya pravishtohyam Srimad Bhagavatam navam. I enter into the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why another verse in Padma Purana says that Srimad Bhagavatam kyoyam Praktaksha Krishna evai spiritualito si maya nartha muktyartam bhavasagare. Srimad Bhagavatam itself, Praktaksha Krishna evi, directly Krishna. And spiritualito si maya nartha, no matter how much maya you are in, muktyartam bhavasagare. From ocean of bhav, ocean of material existence, muktyartam, you will get mukti. You get out of this ocean of material existence. So 8:20 is my note is still to go. And now I have to think within 5 minutes how I have to summarize all my note. It's a quite tough challenge. So this 9th canto is preparing ground for 10th canto. First 13th canto, 13th chapter of 9th canto is Surya Vamsa. And then another 11th chapter is Chandra Vamsa. So in order to explain Krishna's birth, Krishna's appearance, they go through all the family lineage. And 9th canto is like a train that one after another, one king after another king, like that. It's all just to prepare to explain Krishna's appearance. And also, Sukadeva Goswami explains Parikshit Maharaj, don't worry about your death. Why? Because your ancestors, all the kings, they enjoyed their life, but at one point, they gave up everything. They just walked out of their kingdom, their position, their wealth, opulence, they walked out of it. And then they just renounced it, and then they took up Krishna consciousness, they took up spiritual life, and they went back home. So it gave a hope to Parikshit Maharaj. And in 10th canto, start with Krishna's appearance, and the last 3 chapters explains through the story of Shiva, and then personified Veda and Arjuna, that why Krishna is the source of all incarnation. Stories, Arjuna wants to jump into the fire because he couldn't keep the promise with Brahman. All this narration just to illustrate the Krishna is the source of all incarnation. And Krishna is our goal of life. So, ultimately, let me conclude this class. Clarity. If any doubt at any moment comes to your mind, then you are looking for the answer in your life. Sometimes it's not clear. That clarity is not dependent on what you see and what you experience. But outside, in material world, the clarity depends on the evidence. That's why they're saying seeing is believing. But here, clarity depends on the wisdom and realization. Divya Chakshus. I believe it was last Wednesday, we had a wonderful class, 7th canto of Prahlad Maharaj story. And there was explained that entire 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam started with one verse that Parsi Maharaj questioned. Samapriya Spirit Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indira Sarte Katham Daityam Abodit Visamo Yataha. Parsi Maharaj knows Bhagavad inside and out. So, Krishna says, so many places I'm equal to everybody. Samoam Salva Bhuteshu. Name Dveshti Napuriya. I don't favor anyone. I don't hate anyone. And Krishna said again, Sridham Sarva Bhutanam Kyatavamam Santimitachi. So many places Krishna says that I'm equal to everybody. But here Parshimana questions, Samapuriya Sri Brahman, O Sukadev. Krishna is supposed to be Sama, equal to everybody, of course loving to everybody, and Sri has to be friend to everybody. But why give particular favor to Indra? That's how 7th canto starts. Anyway, answer to this. Ultimately, Deva Shuro Manushova, Prahlad Maharaj explains himself that either Deva, either Asura, either human being, Yaksha, Gandharva, it doesn't matter. Bhajan, Mukundo Charanam. As long as you do service, Bhajan, perform devotional service unto the lotus feet of Mukunda, then Svatiman Shat Yat Bhayam. You'll get ultimate mercy of Krishna. This is the key point. But in the canto 10, it says something else. Even if you don't do any bhajan, still Krishna will give you liberation. Krishna will take care of you through different medicine, different treatment. We are, in one sense, we have all material disease due to, in the different form. Either physical sickness, either mentally, either with so many desires, cravings, whatever. But Krishna treats in a way that all the different patients, fantastically according to their own disease. Here, Krishna treats gopis through their kama. Krishna treats demons. You know how they treat Krishna's demons? By heavy surgery, operation. These demons, they didn't really performed bhajan for Krishna. Putana came with ill intention to poison Krishna in the baby form. But Krishna took as service. This is uniqueness of 10th canto. So, Krishna's treatment never fails. Krishna's treatment never fails. No matter what you are going through in your life, just hear. If you hear, hearing has nothing to do with my problems. But it's not. Why? Krishna is in everyone's heart. For example, in your work, maybe bosses may be heavy on you. If you just hear Srimad Bhagavatam, then Krishna within the heart listens. And then Krishna is there within the heart of a boss. Krishna will make a necessary arrangement for his heart to change. It's not you have to change. All you need to do is just listen and focus on your own service and sadhana. So in this way, Bhagavatam kind of prescribes all the treatment of material suffering. So, Bhagavatam comes every morning. You know, when you go to cinema house, you may experience that in a dark room, and then it says, screen, they show some things, and then it says, coming soon. But, Srimad Bhagavatam, coming every day. And Srimad Bhagavatam, stay tuned on Srimad Bhagavatam class and Bhaktivinoda Manor channel. So, if you develop ruchi, then it will come every moment. Yes. So enjoy Srimad Bhagavatam class and also enjoy your life. Although you are not meant to enjoy, but you need to have transcendental bliss through association with devotees. Thank you for your kind attention. And if there is any correction and any comment, any chastisement, please.